Alright, let's get this thing working. So, obviously my chat box looks like a giant right now, because that's what happens when I go live. There we go, now it looks good. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Oh my god, it has been a while since I have done this on my lonesome. Yeah, last time I did this it was with the girls with sabers, and literally, voice sounds okay. You know what I mean? So I just kind of came down here and like hastily made a freaking thumbnail and then just went live. So, but yeah, let me run down the list here. We got a lot of people hanging out already. So we got Yova, CT5679, Molly Thomas, the Second Reich, Gabriella. I can't say your last name, so I'm not gonna butcher it. Sheep Cow, Robin, and Elijah. Who else? Amanda. I think I said Yova. Let's see, who else we got in here? I should have put on my glasses. Antillarioid? I don't know. Well, anyways, welcome to Thursday night stream. As I have phlegm in my throat. It's really professional. So, has everybody been paying attention to the Sith Trooper stuff? Because I cannot stop thinking about Sith Troopers. And what it might mean. Oh god. No swearing on YouTube. It's so impossible. I'm gonna get demonetized once they really enforce that. So yeah, I'm really pumped about these Sith Troopers, and I totally understand that they're modern takes now on the First Order Stormtrooper getup. So I'm not sure why I saw a lot of people like dogging on it as if it was like lame, but as far as I'm concerned, it looks like a natural progression inside of the First Order itself, and if those end up being clones, I'm gonna be so pumped. I think they look really interesting. Yeah, exactly. Layla says Palpy's behind them. Yeah, because there was a thing that was part of the write-up at the Comic-Con convention where they are right now, where they're being displayed, and it says something about like this dark legacy, right? Something. And what else could that mean? That dark legacy, right? That is Palpatine. It has to be Palpatine. Here, I'm gonna pop out the chat because my eyes are just terrible tonight. I'm so tired, guys. I've been working since like 6 a.m. It's been a crazy work week. We're buying a house. We're having a kid next month. It's crazy stuff. But yeah, now I can actually see you guys in the chat here. So I think it's gonna be really cool if they end up being clones as well, because of the line in The Force Awakens where oh, I didn't even change the name of the stream. Oh, that's why it's confusing. I'm gonna change it now, and I'm gonna call it... What should I call this stream, guys? Should I call it... How about amazing? Every word you just said was wrong. The stream. There we go. Now it's updated. Sorry guys, I totally forgot to change the title. That's how long I've been out of it and not even streaming and not paying attention. But hey, Girls with Sabers hanging out. You guys literally are the funnest people to stream with. It's so weird being by myself right now because I have to get back into the groove of it. So, you know. Yeah, so Adam, I'm with you. I feel like something super weird is going to happen between the Knights of Ren, and I want to way to use our name and take our money too. Girls with Sabers, I know. Thank you so much for super chatting. I can't wait till you guys go live when I'm at home so I can send you half of what was super chatted. There was a bounty and I felt like there's too much on my plate, so I'm going to give it to you. Support your channel. Um, yeah, all the Raylas are in the house. So I definitely don't think like there's people saying that the gimmick, it's give me some money, let's sell some toys. But in my head, it's like JJ set up the line with the clone line in The Force Awakens, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to take their word for it that Palpatine has always been coming back. And if that's the case, then why wouldn't something hearkening to the past come back, talking about a legacy? It has to be Palpy, and they must be just waiting for him to come back. So I think we're going to find out that like the Knights of Ren and the First Order and everything, the only purpose it had was to create a galaxy which Palpatine can come back to, and to dominate the galaxy. Have a Sith empire. Girls with Sabers making some dinner. You guys are way smarter than I am. I didn't even eat yet. I just like kind of came home. I think I like had a bite to eat. Oh my god, another $1 super chat from the Girls with Sabers. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I feel sad without you on the stream right now. There's like a lack of hilarious laughter. But we'll do that soon. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and it was so cool watching you guys taking over Blue Bantha Milk. That was awesome. It was cool stuff. Yeah, so I'm with what Adam is saying about Rey being, well, I think the Knights of Ren are gonna be this group that isn't just like about like let's look badass and kill people. I really think the helmet, the getup, and everything, I really feel like they're like a ritualistic, dark group. Not just the Knights of Ren. Like I think they come from something else, perhaps even the Acolytes and beyond. And I just feel like their whole shtick is gonna be serving the dark side, and the whole time that the First Order was coming to power, it's almost like a ruse for a brand new empire. And maybe some people will think that's like a retcon or something, but I don't see how it would be if like we'd be getting all these hints about the contingency plan. So there's been so many hints about like this contingency plan, something in the beyond or outside of the galaxy. That could have been Snoke. He could have been like, hey, you're gonna do the thing when I die, and then you're gonna figure out a way to bring me back. So who knows? Oh, Thomas, nice. Go get a sweat in, dude. Man, I haven't had a workout in God knows how long. Yeah, that's true. It's also true they could have been there this entire time, and obviously like they have a lot of similarities to the Knights of Ren, right? I mean, not the Knights of Ren, the Praetorian Guard. The lines in their masks, their melee weapon looks like the Vibro Blade, and then I finally saw the what's it called? Oh, hey, what's up, JX? Welcome to the chat, dude. Been a while. So you just finished a rough cut of the latter half of the Kenobi sequel. Feels good to actually make something tangible. I know what you mean, man. I've been struggling having time trying to make content for the channel because I'm just getting ready to move. And then there's going to be like 2 weeks where I just don't have a computer. So that's going to be weird. So, but yeah. Everybody should go check out JX Editor's his Kenobi films, because it's a huge undertaking, and if you support fan films like I do, I think it'd be really worth your watch. And another dude actually who's doing something that he's trying to get it funded, I don't know if the Kickstarter's over or not, was VF Productions. So he's been trying to get the Dark Empire thing going. Too bad I don't want to move right now and like mess everything up on this stream and go find that link, but maybe I'll post it. You know what? I'll post a link to the thing that he's creating as my comment once this goes onto my regular channel, once it feeds into YouTube. Blood Troopers. So yeah, I think the Praetorian Guard and the Sith Troopers and all that stuff are part of the same thing. They're just like that intermediary between a First Order and almost like Force user, like infantry. So yeah, I think it's gonna be neat. And I think hopefully they're in the long form trailer, which would be great. And I guess you can actually see a. So Adam asks, I want Palpatine return to be some way of possession people. I don't like Return in the Flesh. What do you think? So Adam, interesting question. And I might not be able to get to everybody's questions, but I will try my best. So I definitely think Palpatine is going to come back in the flesh. And the reason that is I feel like they're going to pull the moment thing. I just have this hunch because they've been setting up all this stuff in the comics to get us used to the idea of like a Sith Lord literally physically coming back. So I feel like that could happen, and I'm okay with it. I don't think it's gonna be cheesy or anything. I think it all depends on the portrayal and how it affects the main characters. But if it's kind of like if he just comes and he's just like I'm Palpy, and he just starts zapping people, that'll be kind of lame. Hopefully it's like a little creepy and weird and just, I don't know. I'm hoping to feel uncomfortable when Palpy comes back, I guess is what I hope for. And I'm okay with him being physical. Now, if he is just a possession, I think some people might have beef with that, personally. Hey, what's up, Hoob? Welcome. Oh, Rural Farm Boy. I didn't see you in here. What's up, dude? My entire fleet of moderators all in like one swoop right there. So somebody also asked a question about the future trilogies, right? I have no opinions on that yet, except for I am one of the apparently rare few that dug Game of Thrones. Do I think season 8 was like a masterpiece of writing? Not really. I don't think a lot of things are that at all, personally. And very, very few things that I see are what I would consider masterpieces of anything. I just find HBO stuff just to be pure entertainment, including Game of Thrones. And season 8 was pretty good, except for one thing that I just have an issue with in a lot of things, which is pacing. I feel like I always saw that entire ending coming, but it just felt like it just kind of happened. So with that said, I hope that those guys don't kind of just rush to the end, if that's kind of their shtick. I don't want to like have them create two solid, perfectly paced films, and then them get kind of bored at the end because they want to work on the next big thing, which is what happened to Game of Thrones. They kind of just wanted to get out and then kind of half-ass the third thing just because, you know, make a beautiful movie that's sort of like easy to do, right? I don't want that to happen. So I definitely recommend watching it, Alex. It's disturbing. Oh man, Adam, if that's true, I don't think the world will survive after The Rise of Skywalker. If The Rise of Skywalker annoys the fandom, or at least creates controversy in the way that The Last Jedi did to a larger extent, I don't even know what I'll do. I mean, imagine if I don't like the movie. Imagine. That'd be super weird. I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably be like, guys, yeah, whoops. Well, that didn't work. I don't know. I probably wouldn't get all hot takey, but, you know, we'll see what happens. Yeah, Alex, if you do, then I definitely would not watch it, because, like, I'm a huge fan of, like, horror and that stuff, and even realistic stuff from, like, Ari Aster. And that show is disturbing. It sticks with you. So, and yeah, I'm with you, Hoob. So the expectation game is why I think no matter what happens with The Rise of Skywalker, that people are gonna say it was retconned, even if like somehow 15 years from now. Hey, what's up, Stuart? Even if like 15 years from now we find out that this whole thing really was mapped out perfectly, but they just didn't want to tell anybody because they're being coy. Like, people will still eventually just be like, nah, this happened because they're trying to fix X, Y, and Z from that movie. I mean, if that's the case, then, I mean, is there a video out there saying Revenge of the Sith is a retcon of the 2 previous films because it was apparently the best of the prequels? It's crazy. I think at the end of the day, just watch it, and that's that. Oh, I don't even see Mahler's comments. I think I responded to him and just was like, yeah. You know what's funny about that? That actually brings up something that I sort of wanted to talk about, but I'm like, how do I talk about this without making fun of people? But I guess I'll try. But maybe I'll fail, and that's okay with me. So people like that, right? I've noticed those specific channels. I see them on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on Twitter, or other people retweeting their tweets because I don't follow them anymore, or like I just have them muted so I don't have to see anything or blocked. Depends on who it is. And it's super weird seeing like a certain group of these guys kind of like tag team baiting Hello Greedo into responding to things. And I'm like, God damn it, how bored are these dudes? Or like, is there really a need to provoke anybody to get some sort of comment so that way afterwards you can turn it into another retweet to say like, haha, see, I told you, this guy's X, Y, and Z. It's so dumb. And like, I love that he just doesn't give a shit. It's so good. It's so funny to me. Hey, what's up, Real Guardian? Welcome. Yeah, so, I mean, I was very sincere when I responded to Mahler about his embarrassing comment towards Greedo, which I was like, dude, you should probably think about what's more embarrassing. You not being able to get to a point in under 7 hours? Or this dude just having fun on a channel? I don't know. When it takes 8 to 9 hours to go through the minutia of a freaking movie to sort of just get to the one point, which the overall argument, and I've watched the entire thing boils down to, I didn't like how this looks. Oh, Branster, what's up, man? Hey, dude, I hope that you're, I know you can't drop by, but I hope that you're taking care of yourself, man. Can't wait till you come back and start kicking ass in the tubes. Thanks for the like, dude. Thanks so much. Oh, dude, yeah, but the ridiculous otaku. I have a job, so I don't have 8 hours to debate him with. It doesn't even matter. I'm pretty sure it's just like it's turned into high school, or at least that's my observation. I've noticed that on Twitter, it's turned into a let's easily make fun of people by like pointing out some weird, like completely stupid thing that doesn't even matter, and then retweet that to your base, and then that base is like, haha, let's all pile drive on this dude or that girl because we're a group against that dude. And it's pretty much what Greedo was literally talking about with groups, which is why I love those what are they called? The My Morning Coffees, I think, are his best videos. Oh god, yeah, who? Data Racer's fucking grandpa. Or maybe it was his uncle. It was an old dude. And he was like, what you doing talking about my boy? And I was like, really? Did I just get adulted? So, but yeah. Back to Twitter. I just feel like that and the way that channels have kind of sort of turned into like, let me respond to that channel, and this channel's gonna respond to this channel, and that channel's gonna respond to me, and who gives a fuck? Like, I don't get it. Who wants to waste their own times making content talking about other people? It's so dumb. I don't know. And maybe that's just because I write music and do other kinds of creative, and maybe it's because those people that do that kind of stuff aren't creative. So the only thing they can do is talk about other people because they have nothing else they can do. I have no idea. Who knows? That's my hot take. My hot take is, if your entire channel is you talking about people and making fun of things, you probably aren't creative enough to do something good. Hot take by at chat. I don't care. But, yeah. I think it's stupid. I think the online debates are dumb. And that's it. There's been a lot of speculation that, Ben's gonna go full-on dark. And, I'm like, nah. I think he's gonna, like, half be dark, like, for half of the movie. And then just, like, suddenly realize, like, everything he's been doing for real. The way he worshipped his grandfather, the way he wants to be part of an imperial army, all this bullshit. He's gonna have a rude awakening. That's my hunch. I don't know how. But my reaction, so I already think Reylo happened, Adam. So, like, at this point, it's just, what's the next level? Like, all of a sudden, some R&B music kicks in, and it's like, hello? And it's Kylo Ren, the shadows, right in the distance. Is it me you're looking for? Just happens. Who knows? We don't know. JJ is spicing things up like we've never even known. It could change. So, oh, is he streaming right now? God damn it. Yeah, he is. it's Palpatine. Amazing. Oh, I always miss his streams now. It stinks. Yeah, I think I'm kind of with you at Ridiculous Otaku. So Kylo Ren in my head has always been kind of the character that's gonna realize what to do right at the last moment. Kind of like his father, which is interesting, actually, now that I've thought about this. Like, Han always does everything else until he has to do the right thing, which is kind of the joke. And it'd be interesting if Ben did the same thing. If he just does everything that he doesn't, he just continues faking being a Sith, faking being this. And eventually he's just point over the head with what the right thing to do is, and that's to join up with Rey, take out the darkness, like literally fix the galaxy for his mother, essentially, his last gift. I think, yeah, the girls with sabers are a lot more eloquent about that front than I am with like Ben sort of atoning and like sort of setting the galaxy right for his mother in a way. What do I think about Knives Out? I have not seen it, but what was super interesting about watching the trailer was that Steve Yedlin has such a specific kind of camera movement, and I saw it all over that trailer. I don't know if you've got, like, so the way I think about camera movement, since I do all this kind of stuff and I obsess about The Last Jedi's editing a lot. I mean, if there's one thing that I think is really super good, like the pacing of the story's weird, but I think the editing's really, really good. What was I gonna say? Stuart, I was like, oh no, is somebody fighting? But then I remembered that's freaking, what's his name, just saying that over and over again. It's so funny. But yeah. What was I saying? I don't remember. Molly Thomas, I've not seen Girls with Sabers last. Oh no, well, I saw the video they did for Blue Bantha, though. I feel so close to you right now. It's a force field. That's so funny. Stuart, yeah, Thomas is good. He just got a haircut. He looks super tall now. It's kind of scary. I'm like, oh my god, he looks like a boy, like a full-on dude, and it's so crazy. And he's like definitely saying words more real now. And today he had, like, when I got home from work around like 6, he had like boy clothes, like regular clothes on, right? But like, obviously for like a 1.5-year-old. And I was like, god damn, he's like looking like a real kid. It's wild. And then we're gonna start that whole thing over to like in September. So it's gonna be crazy. Maybe like one of these streams it'll just have a baby in one arm and another one on the other. Just be crying for an hour while I try to talk. Who knows? I might have missed something ridiculous otaku. Maybe you guys are talking about something for the trosses. I actually don't have any Lego Star Wars sets, but I do have a lot of Black Series figures, Artifacts figures. I have some NECA toys. What else? I have a couple Funko Pops, but I'm probably gonna tame it a little bit when I move, because I want to make sure my office is like kind of just like a slick little area where I can really focus and get stuff done quick. Yeah, I finally figured out how to get like how to get videos done in like 3 or 4 hours instead of like a day, which is awesome. It's taken a while to figure out how to do the YouTube, right? And people that do it get it. You figure out how to refine your process until it gets a little bit easier. So now it's not as hard, and I just can't wait until after these next 2 months so I can start up strong. But yeah, it's gonna be a nice office, couple shelves displaying my stuff out there. Maybe I'll get a Lego set. Who knows? Maybe Lego will sponsor me. That'd be amazing. I'm not sure if I have links enabled. I would try to change stuff, but I don't want to make the stream crash. But guess what? If it isn't enabled for right now, I will make sure it's enabled for next time. Kyle asks, hey, would you address the Galaxy's Edge backlash for being a failure? Well, I haven't thought about it because like I knew it wasn't a failure, but I mean I'm friends with a couple of dudes that like have put up videos on that stuff just because like they're not really pro or against, they're just talking about it, right? And as far as I'm concerned, like we have to see what the whole quarter looks like. You can't just be like, day one, like in the middle of this random day, nobody was there, and then the next day it was like hundreds of people there. Like I saw Jason Ward there on Twitter with the pictures and everything, and then another dude who follows me was there, and it was just full of people. So I just don't get it. Yova, I haven't even heard of that. I'm gonna have to check that out. That sounds really awesome. Was it good? I'll have to check out that. I did not hear about that. I've been like so out of the loop with the world just because I've been prepping for a move. Yeah, exactly, Stuart. There's so many people it looked like there. Yeah, so Ridiculous Otaku. So that's the thing. If you're gonna be on YouTube, you're kind of either doing a couple things, right? You're either a sort of diet tabloid channel where like you sort of talk about news, but you've never been a news person, or you create things. You create unique things that are, I don't know, what I would call edits, or like you put work into it. I don't know. It just seems like very good. Oh, nice, Yova. I'm gonna check that out right after the stream. It just seems like yapping for the point of yapping, so that way the people that you know already agree with you can feel like, yeah, man, I agree, and you agree, and I agree, and you agree, and I agree. We all agree. It's stupid. It's lame. I mean, I guess you could say like my channel is all people agreeing with me, but I don't think so. I don't think everybody agrees with what I'm saying, and sometimes I contradict myself on here with what I think about what's going to happen. Like sometimes I'm like, I think this is going to happen, and then I think about it differently, and then I think something else could happen. Yo, what's up, Jay Sway? Jay Rossi. I don't know if I saw you up there earlier. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, so I just feel like what are people going to do if they want to make money? Not make controversy? I think that's the thing. Monetized controversy sustains a lot of this stuff. So I feel like it could be pretty easy for a lot of people just to start a channel and just like literally specifically talk about Star Wars or the MCU and probably blow up, as long as they go through a certain sort of rhythm of what to talk about. So like, you know, I don't think Captain Marvel is the best movie in the world, but it didn't like, none of what I saw people getting outraged about was, like, ridiculous, right? I just watched, what's it called? Shazam, which is freaking amazing. I don't know, do you guys like Shazam? I thought it was amazing. Yeah, Jay Sway, you know me, I used to be subbed to him wicked long time ago. Shazam commits a crime, but it's hilarious. Nobody went on to, what's it called? Twitter or whatever. Oh. Did my stream? Oh, my stream's good. I was like, weird. Did my stream just go offline for a second? Okay, we're good. Yes, everybody should see Shazam. I think it's good. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Super weird. My stream health was perfect, and then it went dead, and now it's back. So maybe this is gonna have to make 2 videos out of 1. Sorry, guys. The internet. This won't happen in my new place. So Shazam commits a crime, but it's hilarious, right? And then she commits a crime, and people are like, yo, she should go to jail. Why? Why is that the thing? And at the end of the day, I feel like all it comes down to is somebody being obsessed about one interview. So, I don't know. I didn't watch them. I thought some of the interviews were awkward, for sure. But it wasn't sort of like, yeah, I've resurrected from the dead, dudes. That's my Palpatine. Anyways, yeah. Just crazy. People just need to let other people enjoy the movies they like and accept that, hey, they like it, but I don't. So I'm not going to be like, let me tell you why it sucks. When people stop doing that, and honestly, it's also on the flip side too a little bit. So, I mean, everybody's kind of guilty of this in some ways. Like, I don't know if you guys saw this. I might get into deep water here, but like, I couldn't believe that a seat was made to stop manspreading, which I think is a real funny thing. Like, if you turn it one way, it's like a really exposing kind of sitting, and then if you turn it the other way, it like makes dudes have to like put their knees together. So I was like, what? So everybody everywhere is kind of crazy about things to some degree, and it's really, really weird. But there's obviously a level and a threshold that we see about Brie Larson and Rey and Star Wars and MCU and all of the stereotypical sort of arguments that we see a lot. Yeah, so, I mean, I guess if it did rub you the wrong way, I guess that's fine. To me, I just thought it was hilarious. I thought it was just a play on... I thought it was a literal play on what's his name? On the Terminator, which is the way I looked at it. Yeah, stay out of here with your opinions and facts. I only speak objective truths. Oh, big time. Yeah, there's a reason why I posted a Stan Lee thing on, it was at the end of the Luke Skywalker comic. Just a thing from Stan Lee himself. I love that guy. The biggest SJW of us all. Hate that word. Oh yeah, CT, that's what I heard. I actually got like this pamphlet in the mail. It's called like White Males Anonymous. Join today for free. Come to our basement. And the first picture is Brie Larson, and it's her with laser eyes, and the laser eyes are pointed at a dude's nutsack, and the nutsack evaporates. It's like one of those, like you twist it and like it changes and it animates through time. So yeah, it's crazy. They asked me to join. I might do it. I don't know. Not gonna. But yeah, I think the whole masculinity being sort of destroyed, I don't know what that obsession is. I'm a dude. I hang out with a lot of dudes, and none of us feel like our stuff necessarily is being destroyed. There's been times where I've noticed things that are a little bit weird, like the man spreading chair, which I thought was hilarious. But that was about it. Oh, is the chat blurry? Oh, it's not blurry for me. I wonder if like the buffering in the stream is just getting weird. Oh well. Maybe it'll play back better someday when I'm mainlined into my modem. So Jay asks, so let's go to it. Seeing how time travel is canon, do you think Tross will utilize it? What's funny about that is I actually have always thought the sequel trilogy would utilize the World Between Worlds at some point. And I don't think it's going to be time travel, like wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey kind of stuff where it's like they hop into a vehicle to go back in time, like, or some sort of thing like, what's it called? Endgame, where they make like that centrifuge, whatever. I think it's going to be something that we've already seen. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen that portal from Vader's castle, and then we've also seen the World Between Worlds. So Lothal and Vader's castle and Mustafar, two potential areas, which would be interesting. And I've always speculated, Jay, that Luke's Jedi temple was on Lothal. That was like my assumption for no reason. I just thought it, right? It just kind of maybe looked like Adder Knight. I don't know. Maybe it's Lothal. And if it is Lothal, and then there is a resurrection, and Palpatine has to merge with his body or somehow, the only way I could think of it even happening is with the World Between Worlds. They'd have to find a point in time where the consciousness of the current Palpatine can merge with his past body, and then they'd pull him back through. I don't know how that would work. I don't even know if that like makes sense or creates, that creates a grandfather paradox, I think. But either way, like, I don't know. I've heard that like the flash fight thing could be the way. The flash fights would be the way that like the aspect of time would be introduced. And to me, that makes sense too. Oh, Alex, I'm hyped up about the leaked concept pics. I pretty much only go to like making Star Wars for anything if I want to like look at anything. As you all know, the Reddit is completely effed up, and I know why. Ever since I dropped that leak in like January, whatever it was, that place has been freaking completely overseen by whoever's overseeing it right now. So I think the idea of like Mustafar and all that stuff from what it looks like in the leaked backgrounds, it looks like another Jedi planet. I couldn't really tell. Either way, it just looks super weird and exactly up my alley. Because my hope is that we're not returning to like the Force Awakens form, where it's like, here's a movie that like, you know, is good and feels good, but really relies on a lot of past beats, which is, you know, fine for me for the first installment because it was the 10 years after the previous film. Let's get everybody back into the film and introduce a couple new things, whatever. I think this is going to be a really weird movie for JJ, and I'm hoping for the best because he has to combine what he wants to do with where Rian Johnson left off, which I think puts him in a really cool position to like use the JJ art form or his vibe with super weird Rian Johnson-y style Star Wars that he left him with, and just go bananas. And I really think it's going to be like a hybrid of the TFA vibe and the complete weirdness, like, let's like get out there-ness of The Last Jedi. And that's what I'm hoping. Jay Sway, let me see what you just said. Yeah, actually, Jay Sway. So I just watched a video on that from the Den of Nerds. I completely, honestly, I almost want to buy that theory because of how similar the voice and just a look of the guy underneath the purple suit looks, or whatever it is. Is it blue or purple? Oh, Stuart, you going to bed or going to read? Thanks for hanging out, man. May the Force be with you. But yeah, Jay Sway, I feel like it wouldn't be surprising to me if that ended up being Snoke or something. The mind that doesn't think that like every movie needs to have a part of it that explains the backstory of somebody. So I mean, before Revenge of the Sith, I had no idea who Grievous was. No idea. And I wasn't mad about it. So, I don't know. You know what's going to be interesting? My biggest question is who the hell is making Kylo Ren's mask and why? Because Kylo Ren did say let the past die, and I'm starting to like form all these theories in my head. And I'm like, is Kylo Ren being forced? And this is kind of what I got to. Is Kylo Ren being forced to put the mask back together? Curious what you guys think. I wonder if he's done with the mask, and then Mr. Knight's dudes come back and they're like, but Master, you're a Knight of Ren, our master, and you have to have a helmet. It's the way that we honor the Sith, or like what came before us, the dark side. So, oh man, you have a mouse in your room? Oh man. You gotta get some cheese, dude. Oh, wow. Robin Stanton says, The Rise of Skywalker is said to be a standalone in its own right as well. So I can understand both Rey and Kylo being on complete opposite ends of this film at the end, and they both become gray. Interesting. Honestly, like, I'm all about these kind of being their own thing. Like, personally, I kind of am worried that like they're doing another trilogy, right? It's like, why not just do one new movie that isn't an anthology, something new in the future that's just one film? So I think that'd be really neat, but I don't think they'll risk it. I think going to the movies for the Star Wars, it's almost like you expect the three, so maybe they're just gonna do that for as long as they can. But I just want to see one movie. One good 2.5-hour movie that's just that. Like, I don't know. It could be called Star Wars. But, I don't know. Oh, interesting. Robin Stanton, that's funny because I know what that image is. I didn't know that's when they took the picture though. But yeah, that's from could be from an interesting scene in the movie. Yova Rod's heading out. Thanks so much for hanging out. May the Force be with you. Thank you for the support. You know? And he's gonna just be forced to wear that. Now, what I hope is also going on is like he destroys the helmet that I think might be possessed by Palpatine, or even, you know, maybe the Vader helmet. But I was like, maybe Palpatine's helmet goes into that thing all of a sudden when they put it together, and then like Kylo's possessed by the essence for a while. There's so many weird possibilities with this movie, because there is that image of Kylo looking super whacked and like really disgusting inside of his TIE silencer. He looks unhinged. So, like, what point is this? But if it's true that The Rise of Skywalker could almost be a standalone, I really love that. I love that that's a thing. Oh wait, so Jesse says, did you see how the epilogue of the TIE Fighter number 4 was making a point of Sheev having no wife? No. I did not know that. Yeah, there's been a lot of interesting things in the comics and everything coming out that seem to be like prepping our brains for The Rise of Skywalker. Like super weird stuff. Like especially the Palpatine comic. I mean, I'm sorry, the Luke Skywalker comic, Age of Rebellion, with like Palpatine sort of influencing his feelings to like run away, Luke's feelings to run away. It was so insane. Really amazing comic. Yeah, Jay Sway, interesting that you said that. So I'm reading Darth Plagueis finally for the first time. 50 Lashings. I know probably everybody in this chat probably already read Darth Plagueis. But yeah, I didn't. And it's awesome. It might honestly be one of my most favorite Star Wars books so far, and I'm only halfway through. And the beginning, Darth Plagueis is sort of pontificating on the lost arts of essence transfer by a Sith turned to the light side, and it took it along with him, right? So it got me curious. I'm like, well, a lot of this stuff has sort of come back into the comics. So I wonder if J.J. Abrams recently read, like, Plagueis or something, and was like, hey, this is neat. Let's, like, use this. This could be a thing. And I'm all for it. I mean, why not? They did it in the Clone Wars with, not like... Well, no, it wasn't essence transfer, but the ghost of Bane was in his tomb, at least, like, haunting around his tomb. So, yeah. I definitely think, Jay Sway, that the essence transfer thing is definitely going to be in this. I'd probably bet on it if I had the money to bet. Oh, Adam says, and the Knights of Ren could lie to Kylo and bring Palpatine to life, and Kylo be surprised and angry. Yeah, that's another thing I'm wondering about, because Kylo's done with the Sith, right? He's like, I don't want to do the Sith, the Jedi, the Rebellion, it's all done. He hates it, right? So with the Sith troopers coming back, that's why I'm like, I think something's out of his control. While even though he's supreme leader, I think he's supreme leader in name, and there's been somebody always dictating the whole thing, and I think that is the Palpatine angle. I think Palpatine's been the puppet master, and it's kind of like how it has always been. Force of Darkness. Nice. Rural says, yeah, tell us what you think about... Oh, yeah, well, so I'm doing the audio book, yeah. I love the audiobook format because I drive to work and drive back, so it's really awesome. Hey, there's another. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, I love how creepy Hugo Damascus is. He's freaking awesome. I love just... He's sort of like a psychopath, right? Yeah. He's like the Dexter of, he's like curious about dead things. And it's so interesting to get into that dude's mind in the book. And part of me is like, dang, it would have been really cool to like have him in the prequels, or just have him in whatever, even though he couldn't have been in the prequels or whatever. I guess he could have, but he was already dead. But it would have been cool if like he somehow did come up in the sequels or some other films coming down the line. Who knows? Really, really good book. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that didn't read it so far, but I'm only halfway through. So where am I right now? What just happened? I don't know. I can't remember. It's like one of those things. Like once I'm in my car and I put on the book, like I immediately remember where I left off. Interesting question, Gabriel. The original trilogy characters, who do you think will survive the trilogy? Leia, Chewie, Lando, the droids. My guess is that Leia will definitely survive. Lando, I'm going to leave as a question mark. The droids, I think only one of them will survive. And then Chewie, I just don't want him to die, but I think it would have gravitas. It would have weight, because I did say a main character is dying in this. Yeah, Hoop. I feel like Chewie and the droids are on the chopping block floor in terms of like story development. Special, whip whip stir. Oh, he's done good. Yeah, I feel like R2 is gonna go be toast for sure, because he's been barely in the sequel trilogy, to be honest. True, there's another. Yeah, I guess that would be strange if he dies in the movie and then he... Well, actually, no, it makes sense. If Chewie's there, then he's like, it's canonically part of the story. So that's in the past. Black Spire. So Chewie eternally lives at the Black Spire, or whatever that's called. Oh man, Hoob. You're killing me. That's probably exactly what happens. I never even thought of that. I was just like, why does he have his bowcaster? Like, what's going on? That would be a bummer. But that'd also be a really badass thing for R2 to, or C-3PO to do, like Chewbacca, no! And then he just like Rambos everybody down, and we're just like, oh my god. I bet like if that happens, it'll be like Anthony Daniels' most like happiest moment on set. Very interesting question, Adam. You know, I do also have a video on here where I think like the Arc of Mortis was heavily part of Rey and Kylo's creation in terms of like how they would sort of influence the story and how they would act. Yeah, I always figured they were like the cosmic forces, like reincarnations of like the dark and light, or regular Force users in the Cosmic Force chose those two to be those representations, because it's almost like Rian Johnson used Luke as the father, Kylo as the son, and Rey as the daughter. You know, she's the pure bright light. He's the guy kind of in the middle, and then the son is Kylo, the untamed, like, you know, obviously conflicted, well-to-do in some senses, but more aligned with the dark. But together, they are balanced under the father. So who knows? I don't know. I felt that a lot when I was watching The Last Jedi. And those are also it's probably everybody's like favorite couple of episodes, or one of the groups of favorite episodes from the Clone Wars. But I would say those are my favorite episodes of the Clone Wars. I like the more heady stuff. So, less battle, dude. I'm less into like the battles most of the time, unless it's like a lightsaber battle, and more into the cerebral Force information stuff. The Sith and the Jedi. Or just learning about what the Force does. Also true, Rural. So that's why I'm also wondering about the end of this film, because I said on Twitter that JJ mentioned that oh, interesting, Adam. I think JJ said that The Rise of Skywalker is the story of the previous 8 films. Like, that is the story of The Rise of Skywalker, right? So I was like, wait. So if the story is the story that came before it, then it must be to preserve it. And the only thing I could think of is the thing that I think me and the Girls with Sabers and a lot of other people talked about. And that's the droids retelling all of the Skywalker history to something or someone, because C-3PO finally got all of his memories back, and R2 has always had everything there somehow. So like, I think that'd be super poetic, but well, I mean, Eckhart, you know, the Jawas started smoking death sticks. What's up, Eckhart? Welcome to the stream. Aren't you supposed to be on Twitch, man? No. Are you playing tonight, dude? You twitching it up, or are you taking a break? I want to see some Empire at War. Oh, I don't know if anybody follows Eckhart on Instagram. I can't remember if it was Instagram or Twitter, but he posted a face app thing and it was amazing. I did one of myself today, and I looked like my grandpa. I was like, holy crap. No. Well, knowing you, Eckhart, you will be done with that video in like 3 hours. Oh, in the editing minds, I see. Maybe multiple edits at once. Someday I'll have the skills to do that. Oh, Alex, I totally think Maz is going to be a 9. So, I have a theory that might sound stupid. And maybe I'll finish the stream with this theory, because I do have to get off and start packing again for the move that's happening. So we're officially moving to the condo I bought. 2-floor condo downtown in Beverly, which is awesome. And it kicks ass. It's right next to all these bars that I like, and a park and a beach, and it's perfect. And the train's right there if I want to go to work or whatever. But yeah, August 10th we're moving in, so it's going to be crazy. And yeah, a lot of stuff going on after I'm done with the stream tonight. So, here's my sort of weird theory with Maz Kanata and why she will be back at 9, because it's important. So, I remember hearing that whatever happened in Rey's Force-back vision is something that the lightsaber was there for, right? So, that means the lightsaber was probably something that Zori or somebody got from junk traders from Jakku, and somehow Rey's involved in this. I don't know how yet, but I think that Rey's parents, these filthy drunk traders, these filthy drunk junk traders, I can't say drunk junk, I think perhaps they are the ones that found the saber, sold it, whatever, and there's Zori's ship. I'm pretty positive that that is Zori's ship that flies away, and like it would go to Scoundrel Town, wherever she's living, right? And who's part of the Scoundrel Town, the Scoundrel meetup group, Maz Kanata, probably realized what it was, her being a Force user, and took it. And that's what I think everybody's like, how the hell did she even get the saber? And honestly, I don't know if we'll ever really find that out, but I really think somehow it was a remnant that was left from the Battle of Jakku, because it was probably on a Star Destroyer, because somebody found it, realized what it was, and just like kept it somewhere. And then junk traders found it, sold it, Maz Kanata took it, brought it to Takodana. That's what I think happened. And somehow Rey's parents are in there, Rey's there, something happens, who knows. But I think that's the story of like sort of Maz and the lightsaber and all that stuff. I could be dead wrong. Yeah, Kajimi. Exactly. I don't know why I think this. I have no good reason to think this, Rural. But I firmly think that Rey and Zori will have an interesting connection. And it's not because they look exactly the same. Kerry Hart, or not Kerry Hart, Kerry Russell. So. Yeah, exactly, Alex. Like, the beginnings of trilogies are to make you wonder about things, and then you discover some answers along the way, and you never want to give everybody every answer, or else it's just a dictionary. You don't need that. It's a movie. Our imaginations are way cooler than any full-on explanation, in my opinion, so that's why I kind of dig the mystery box stuff a lot, because it allows my brain to go off the rails. Yeah, Robin, he has a really badass approach. So yeah, the last thing I will say before I have to depart the waters of the internet realm with all you fine people is that I love JJ's attitude on The Rise of Skywalker. He is straight up deciding, you know what, I've never finished anything besides Felicity. He literally hasn't, except for, and his movies that he has made sort of are okay, but they're usually like 2 movies put into one. That's what Super 8 was. It was 2 scripts. He couldn't figure out what to do, so he made 1 movie out of 2 things. I still like it, but it's not super great, and I love The Force Awakens. I think it's a fantastically shot and paced film, almost like I would say close to perfect. And what we haven't seen though is him, and you know, let's do what feels right and edit on set and everybody have a good time and just finally be unshackled from like the Star Wars expectation game, or like I have to do this because it's Star Wars. Like, I really hope what he's giving us is super bonkers. And the second I saw the aliens for the film, for The Rise of Skywalker, and Dio, and even like how the Knights of Ren looked, they looked a lot different than they did in The Force Awakens, at least the helmets. They look a lot more crude now than the nice, slick ones from The Force Awakens. Although I realized they all have the same weapons that they had from The Force Awakens, except for, I think, the staff. The big staff, Sith staff from Dryden Voss's room is new, but that big-ass sword was in The Force Awakens, that sword blade axe thing. But yeah. So anyways, tonight has been a good stream. I did have one little blunder where my stream went offline, but you guys braved through it. We survived. And I just want to thank you guys all for hanging out. And Girls with Sabers aren't here anymore, but thank you guys for supporting the channel with a super chat. It's always awesome when the Girls with Sabers come in and you guys kick ass for hanging out with me, Mr. ATAT, or AT, for an hour. So let me go down the line here. I might miss a few names, but thanks. There's another Rural Farm Boy, Gabriel, Arachnido Comics, Hoob, Robin Stanton, Molly Thomas, Adam. I can't say your last name because I'll butcher it. Let's see, Kimmy Skywalker. That's easy to say. Jay Rossi, Alex, Eckhart's Ladder. I don't know if he's still here. Let's say Jesse Garrett's and Alex. Everybody that I missed. I'm sorry. But yeah, so going forward, there'll be, still a video a week, unless said otherwise. I might not be able to do 2 a week for a while, just because of the moving. But yeah, the AT chat will persevere. That's the word. And I will see you guys next time. So thanks so much for hanging out. This is the AT chat, signing off.